Hey everyone, this is Professional here, and this video is going to be the first installment of a 6-part series that I'll be teaching you how to go from an intermediate player in Silent Assassin that can do relatively well already, and is quite experienced, and is a decent level, and knows the maps and stuff, to an advanced player who will crush it in FFA rounds, winning most of the time, improving your aim, your awareness, improving your anticipation, and all those other good stuff. So the first video, this video I'm going to be showing you the optimal mouse settings and the mouse settings I use to improve your aim, the benefits of using a Roblox FPS unlocker even if your monitor can only run at 60Hz in the first place, and ways you can practice and train your aim, and how to track your progression over time with your aim. So let me just kill this assassin real quick, see if I can do it. This could have been montage, this could have been my previous montage. There we go. Yeah, that was relatively easy. So, without further ado, let's start off with your mouse settings. So let's start off with your mouse settings. So you want to go to your Windows search bar, and then you want to search up mouse settings, and then just press enter. Once you've done that, you want to go to additional mouse options. Then once this has popped up, you want to go to pointer options. First thing you want to do here is make sure your pointer speed is at 5 or 6 bars. 5 is slower than 6. I recommend 6 for most people, but it's just personally up to you. And next thing we want to do here is you want to make sure enhanced point position is unchecked. It doesn't actually enhance your point position if you have it on. What it does is that it speeds up and slows down your mouse depending on how fast you're moving your mouse on your mouse pad. It's basic acceleration, which is really bad because the distance that your cursor travels on screen is dependent on how fast your mouse is moving and not the actual distance from your mouse moving on the mouse pad from one point to another, which will make your shots way overshot or way undershot if you're aiming at someone, which is really quite bad. It'll also mess up all your muscle memory and everything if you actually try training with enhanced pointer position off, so to keep it off. It might, feel a bit janky and weird to use at first, but you just need to keep it off and get used to it. So once you've done that, press OK. This next step is if you have a gaming mouse. I highly recommend using a gaming mouse to aim and stuff like that, because most gaming mice have lower latency, lower mouse input lag, which is of course very important when it comes to aiming and improving your aim. Also, generally, the technologies that the mouse use are much more accurate and more advanced than generic mice and stuff like that. So your experience with using the mouse would be a lot smoother than you're just using a normal mouse. So if you have a gaming mouse, watch this step. If you don't, then just go on the timestamp in the description down below and just skip the step onto how you can practice and improve your aims and stuff like that. So for those of you who actually do have a gaming mouse, go to your brand's manufacturer's website and then download the gaming software that comes with the mouse that can work with the mouse. Some unbranded gaming mouse won't actually have any software, so if it doesn't have any software, then just skip the step. If it does have software, if you have a brand like Logitech or I don't know, Razer or some other big brand like that, it will definitely have software you can download to customize all the buttons and DPI and sensitivity and everything like that. So you want to download their software, and then after that you want to open it. The process is very similar for different gaming mice. I've got a G203 Lightsync from Logitech. You want to change the DPI from anywhere between 300 to 800. Having a DPI higher than that will make it really difficult to build the muscle memory required to get better at aiming. Most people use a lot higher than 800 DPI anyways. So what I recommend, if you change to 300 DPI immediately, which is what I personally use, it'll just feel horrible and you'll immediately change back, unless you're a bit crazy. So what I recommend is that you change to 800 first, then after a week you can decide if you want to go lower or just stick with that if you're comfortable with it. And then just go to 400 the next week, and then 300 the next week, and even 200 if you want. Try the week after that, but I don't recommend that. I used 200 for a while, and it took for ages to get any improvement, and the moment I stopped using 200 DPI, for a day or two, all the skill was completely gone. My muscle memory was completely screwed up. So I don't recommend 200 DPI to most people at least. Also, you want to make sure you've got the adequate desk space, because with 300 DPI, from the top of the monitor to the bottom left on a 1080p monitor, I need to move my mouse about a foot, which is like half my desk. So you have to make sure you have the adequate space and stuff like that. So once you've done that, just close this down, and the next thing I'm going to explain is the benefits of using a Roblox FPS unlocker, even if you only have like a 60Hz monitor that can output a maximum of 60 frames per second to your game. The benefits and the reason why you should use a Roblox FPS unlocker, there's lots of benefits, but the biggest one is that the latency and the mouse input lag, yet again, will be decreased because your monitor will be sent more up-to-date frames and your mouse will actually be where it is in the game, and it will just be a lot smoother. Even though you can't quite tell the difference, you will be able to tell the difference with your mouse. So you press download here for 64-bit systems and then download here for 32-bit systems. Most people have a 64-bit system anyways nowadays. If you're not sure, then you can look up ways to check out if you have a 64 or 32-bit system. Once you downloaded that, you want to unzip it with WinRAR, and then what you want to do next is you actually want to go in Roblox, play Silent Assassin, make sure it's open, and then while you're in the game, double click this Roblox FPS unlocker in the file that you've just extracted. That will then unlock the FPS, and after that, to check if it actually has unlocked your frames per second, you want to press Shift plus F5. So don't actually press plus, but press Shift and F5. That will display your frames per second in the top left, and it should be higher than 60. If it isn't, then your computer probably can't run at more than 60 frames per second, so I don't think there's any use in using Roblox FPS unlocker if you don't have a decent computer anyways, but I just recommend it. So after that, we're going to go on to showing how you can practice your aim to improve it, and how you can track your progression over time. So a fun game that I really like to use is called Zombie Aim Challenge. You want to look that up in games. It's this game right here, and then you want to just open it. So once you're in the game, basically how it works is that zombies will come at you in hordes, and you want to shoot them and aim as best as you can to survive as long as possible. They will of course kill you if you come too close to us. Now this will basically test your aim, and it's the timer on the top there, basically see how long you can last. The longest I've lasted is about 7 minutes, which is a lot longer than most people. Most people last about, like, you know, a minute, or even a minute and a half if you're just naturally gifted. So it's quite hard to aim while explaining, so I might not last very long. So basically, you can also use this to track your progression. Play for like 10 minutes a day. Consistency is key. Playing about 20 minutes a day is better than playing like an hour or two every week or so. When it comes to aiming, at least. That's all I know, and I'm telling you this through experience. So yeah, you just want to play this. It's quite fun as well if you get into the mood of it. This will help build your muscle memory and will improve you to an extent. It won't actually improve you too much. The only way to truly improve your aim beyond bounds is actually fighting other players. But this will improve you and, you know, warm you up, so you can use different move settings and stuff, test them out, get used to them. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how you can actually test and track your aim progression over time. So what you want to do is you want to look up in Google, because you can't quite find it if you search in Roblox, it's a bit confusing. So you want to look up aim H4X Roblox. And then go to this top video by Nihilize, and then you want to go into the description of his video. Just wait till it loads up my computer. And then you want to click on my aim trading facility, aim H4X. And then once you're here, you just want to open the game. Alright, so once you're in the game, you don't want to press click me to join game immediately. You want to press M, and then you want to click on bot. And then once you're here, So basically, you want to make the bot act as much like Sentinel Assassin players as possible if you want to, improve your aim in Sentinel Assassin specifically. So people in Sentinel Assassin as assassins, they don't generally strafe. What they do is they run in straight lines as fast as possible, usually. Unless you're like some janky ass, player. So you want to turn this to nothing. I mean normal, not nothing. Then you want to keep the walk speed as 16 and 50, so quite decent walk speed. And then once you've done this, you want to just press M to stop. M on your keyboard. Now this will test your aim, so after that, if you don't have any interface, just press Z. In fact, it's not working, so I'll just stop. There we go. So this down here will display your aim percentage, and this will display damage, total damage. I've practiced this quite a bit, and that's just total settings and stuff. So let's see what kind of percentage I can get here. So I'm aiming very carefully. I'm about 80% on a good day. I'm generally usually within the 70 range. So yeah, it's quite difficult. I had to concentrate pretty hard to get this score. So basically, just play this game every couple of days of training, and then you will eventually see progression. But do not expect to see progression immediately. It will happen over time. Remember, consistency is key, not just practicing like 3 hours at once. You will not see difference in that time. You don't actually improve while playing, you improve after you've played and practiced, and then you'll see difference after practicing. You won't improve while you play. That's a fact that I'm known. I've been training for 3 years now. So that's about the end of the video. I don't think I have much else to explain for aiming. The next video I'll focus on talking about the strategies and things, and tips and FFA guns. It's going to be a really advanced tutorial, so be prepared for that if you're even interested. Yeah, not much else to say. I'll see you in the next video.